and
然后今天的话，我们是来到这样一所德国学校呢，跟
universities.
大家一起来分享一下。今天他们是有一个中国日的活动，我们来看一下这个当地的这些外国的学生们呢，对于哪些中国文化的内容会比较感兴趣，他们希望学到哪些东西。今天的话，跟我们一起来分享今天中国日活动呢是赵颖女士。
The foreign pupils' interest. And today we have Zhao Ying here, and she is from China Arab Cultural Exchange Association. Currently, in her association, there are several Mandarin teachers, and they've been focusing in promoting Chinese culture as well as Mandarin. I have been living here for 16 years. Over the past 16 years, the relationship between China and Lebanon, you must be very familiar with, and you must know more about that than me. And today, we are glad to have Miss Zhao Ying to be here and to tell us a little bit about this Chinese Cultural Day. Also, let us know more about the phenomenon that Lebanese people are more and more interested in Chinese culture. Today, our school has set Mandarin and Chinese culture as an important theme. Also, classes in various grades can have their own participation in this theme. And we will introduce the Chinese concept of dragon phoenix to the pupils. You see that all the pictures on the wall, the color matching, the gold color and also the blue color, this kind of matching is very Chinese featured. We can see that they have made their effort. Do they also draw this kind of Chinese characteristic dragons? Yes, because currently I do not have that many Chinese costumes. However, the local teachers told me that don't worry, each of our pupils have their own Chinese costumes at their home. And we see that today a lot of pupils are wearing Chinese costumes. Sometimes they also got confused because some of them are wearing Japanese costumes. Now let's have a look of this Chinese Cultural Day. In this session, we are about to teach them Chinese music and also some basic Chinese characters such as number 1 to 10. And they just learned about Happy New Year and Happy Birthday in Chinese. They have a very good learning ability and they can catch up with the knowledge very soon. They can learn all this stuff in just 20 minutes. From my knowledge, I think music is the best media to promote culture. Yes, I agree, because each pupil will have their own learning method, and most of them would enjoy to learn knowledge from music or dance. They are very energetic, especially compared with our Chinese pupils. They are even more energetic. They cannot stay put for even 1 minute. And they would like to learn stuff by doing activities. For example, they enjoy the music, the song 小苹果 very much. And they also like a lot of other Chinese popular songs and popular children's songs. Also, since Spring Festival is just around the corner, we are also teaching them the music and songs about the Spring Festival. And For example, this song is very popular, especially during the Spring Festival season. All of us will hear about this song during the Spring Festivals. We can ask the pupils to sing a song for you. Indeed, we can see that their pronunciation is brilliant. We know that children before 13 years old can learn language very quickly. Can you introduce a little bit? Are you the teacher who teaches them the song? No, actually, I teach them numbers. In today's activity, Mrs. Wu is mainly teaching paper cuts. And then that teacher teaches music and songs. This group of kids only got the melody and composition of this song for just a few minutes, for just 20 minutes, and you see that they can really learn the song very quickly. Also, their pronunciation is even better than those students who specifically learn Chinese. Yes, their pronunciation is very good. And in order to organize this activity, we even borrowed some pictures from the Chinese embassy. And you see the paper umbrella are from their own home. The local students already have paper umbrellas, and they brought as much Chinese stuff as they can from their own home. Because Lebanon established diplomatic tie with China in 1971, and Lebanese people have been doing business with Chinese people for a long time. What's this about? This is mainly about Lebanon. Since this is a German school in Juliet, so the main curriculum of this school is about German and also other European languages. I sincerely wish that in the future there will be a Chinese school here. You see that the parents of these pupils attach great importance to Mandarin and Chinese culture, and they want their kids to study Mandarin and also go to China, to go to universities in China in the future. And as long as their kids can speak Mandarin or know a little about Chinese culture, then they will be very proud. So they have already understand the importance of learning Chinese culture. That's why they would like their kids to study from a very little age. so that in the future their kids can be better prepared. Lebanon was colonized by France for a long time. You see that, take this school as an example. Although this is a German school, they mainly teach French rather than German. And we think that in order to promote Chinese culture, we need to teach them when they are very little. Can we visit other activities in the other rooms? Now let's go to the storytelling session. Currently, they are telling stories. And today's story is about the running match between the rabbit and the turtle. And this is a story that we are all very familiar with. We would like to use this story to teach some basic Chinese characters to them. For example, rabbit, turtle, sleeping, running fast or running slowly. During our storytelling, we will also ask the students to perform the story and also encourage them to tell the story themselves.
非常精彩，而且你看他们都能够感受到他们在这样的游戏
Amazing.
就学会了这些单词。
We see that the students can learn the Chinese characters very quickly during the storytelling session and also through their own performance. We combine knowledge with their entertainment activities. Please do not make mistaken that if they learn Chinese characters, will that be very unsystematic since they just study one word from one word? Actually, that's not true because
Can you learn from anything from this?
How to say rabbit?
Yes. About the 快。
孩子们都非常的害羞哈。哎，我们可以看一下，我们现在去那个其他的。
They're a little bit shy. Can we visit other rooms? Let's stay outside for a while because they need to have a brief introduction. You see that the martial art coach is very special because she is from Lebanon. She's very young. Her name is Patricia. She once went to China to study Mandarin for 6 months, and she studied martial arts when she was still a kid. Because her father was the head of Lebanese Martial Art Association. And since she has established her interest when she was very young, that's why her father taught her martial arts and would like to cultivate her into a martial arts master. Every time in Lebanon, when there is some activities about martial art, she would definitely be there. To establish a course of martial arts, what's the advantage and strength of that? If you learn martial art, then you will get the spirit of martial arts. For example, when you punch a fist, and also when you step forward, you can see that all the gestures represent a special Chinese spirit in it. Also, if you want to learn Chinese martial arts, you have to learn the gestures in Chinese names rather than in English names. You can see that martial arts is more like a sports exercise that can be used to promote Chinese culture. Kids at this age, as long as they are very active and energetic, then they will be fond of martial arts. And I also heard a lot of students who was on their way to this activity, they have mentioned that they would like to come to this martial arts course. Yes, actually martial arts has very strong Chinese characteristics, and we are trying to have martial arts included in Olympic Games. Rather than in 2008, we really tried to incorporate martial arts in Olympic events. Because if you want to incorporate or include one sports event into Olympic Games, then that game or that sport event must be very popular among the world. That's why we try to promote martial arts activities in various countries, and we make it our focus in Lebanon here. We see that a lot of foreign people are very interested in Chinese martial arts. When they watch Chinese movies, they will think about Kung Fu and martial arts, and also some Kung Fu celebrities, such as Jackie Chan. And when people see some Chinese on the street, they would scream out Jackie Chan. And that's a symbol of Chinese culture as well. Currently, there are a lot of people in Lebanon who want to practice martial arts, and currently they already have martial arts association. There are around hundreds of people who would study martial arts when they are very little. And speaking of martial in higher levels, we also have some students who went to European countries to do a match. I also have some friends who would practice Tai Chi. And my friend would practice Tai Chi 2 to 3 times a week. Since you have already been living here for dozens of years, can you introduce a little bit that during the past 12 years, was the promotion of what has changed in terms of the promotion of Chinese culture? We can see that the demand for learning Chinese culture is increasing. That is because that Lebanon and China culture and also trading exchange has been increasing. We also have Mandarin courses established in various institutes such as primary school as well as universities. And also, Chinese people who are living in Lebanon are also willing. We will also train those people and try to transfer those people into Mandarin teachers, and so that all of us can make their own contribution in promoting Chinese culture. Now let's look for the organizers of this activity and interview him a little bit.
大家好，这是那个中国驻黎巴嫩使馆的文化专员。
Hello, this is China's cultural attaché to Lebanon, Mr. Chen. During my past 4 years in Lebanon, I understand that Mr. Chen has made great contribution in terms of promoting China and Lebanon relationship and also promoting Chinese cultures in Lebanon. Since the Spring Festival is just around the corner, are there more cultural activities coming in? Yes. During the past few years, we've been making more efforts in promoting Chinese culture. China and Lebanon have a very good relationship for a long time. During the old Silk Road, we have already have a heritage from them. And also, there are more and more Lebanese cultural groups visiting China. Cultural exchanges among universities, primary schools, and even kindergartens have been doing very often. And we will try to give them our highest support. You see that France is a very big country. However, compared to France, Lebanon is a relatively small country. And you see that even a small country like Lebanon are already organizing a lot of Mandarin courses. Can you introduce a little bit that how many schools are establishing Mandarin courses? Currently in Lebanon, there is a Confucius Institute, and this is the first one in Middle East. And this Confucius Institute has been established for a long time. And also, we have established Mandarin course in other universities, and the most recent one is Lebanon University. It has made Mandarin course an optional one. How about other cultural exchange activities? For example, Chinese people who are living in Lebanon also have established some Mandarin courses, but they are more like extracurriculum activity. We try to make these little pupils and kids to embrace Chinese culture. And sometimes we will teach them Chinese songs and also paper cuttings, so that to attract their interest. You see that our effort covers all kinds of aspects. I also heard that there are some performance groups who are coming to Lebanon. Can you also introduce a little bit about that? Yes, folk music group from Jiangsu province has visited Lebanon this year. Also, another art group from Chengdu named Tianfu Cultural Art Group also participated in the Spring Festival activity in Lebanon, and this performance is very rich. It includes a lot of traditional Chinese cultural events. And this activity is very important. By organizing this activity, we would try to connect all Chinese people across the world. And the theme of this activity is about union and family. By organizing this activity, we will try to promote this traditional Chinese cultural concept to the world. And this is also a very important part of the Belt and Road Initiative. Since the 11th People's National Congress, this is another round of Chinese cultural promotion. And it is also in accordance with Mr. Xi Jinping's remark.
我们也简单来问一下这个当地德国学校的校方的一些人员，来问一下他们为什么会举办这样的活动。
Ask a few questions to the staff member of this German school.
Yes, each year we prepare a project for each class. This year we thought of choosing China, Greece, and Lebanon because they have very rich culture and very interesting culture.
他们每一年都会设定一些相关主题。今年的选择是中国、黎巴嫩、希腊，因为这些国家呢都是充满着。
They will organize activities of different theme each year, and today's theme is about China and Greece.
And the history of thousands of years.
为什么他们选择中国呢？是因为中国的像这个书法以及丰富的文化。
The reason why they chose China as the theme is because Chinese culture is very rich, and that can be dated back to 1,000 years ago.
The children know the Chinese culture.
他们希望通过这样的活动能够让这些孩子呢了解中国文化。
They try to utilize these activities to let those students to get to know Chinese culture.
Embassy and the Chinese Lebanese Association, Arab Association. I will thank Miss Ilyana. She was very motivated and she gave us all from her heart.
他的话也是感谢这个中国使馆像中阿商会这样一些组织呢，能够帮助他们来。
She also would like to thank Chinese Embassy and also Chinese Commerce of Chamber of Commerce for organizing this activity. And she hoped that by using this activity can be a bridge between China and Lebanon.
你说慢一点，我会说。
I can speak a little bit Mandarin. Okay, can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
我是武术运动员。
My name is Patricia. I'm a Lebanese. I'm a martial art athlete, and I have been to China for 6 months. I have been part of the Asian Games, and I've participated in a lot of competitions. Why would you like to be a martial art teacher? Because I like China very much. I've been to China for 4 times, and my father is also a martial art master. I like martial art a lot. That's why I become a martial art teacher. I noticed that when you teach martial arts, you teach in Mandarin. Yes, because I want to show them the real martial arts rather than just using English to teach them. Are you still learning Mandarin and other Chinese cultures? Yes, I have been studying Mandarin for a long time, and I also would like to participate in more competitions in the
我特别喜
future.
欢中国，所以我有机会我
Do you plan to go to China?
我想去
Yes, I would like to go to China again.
我特别喜欢
You have already
北京
visited China.
特别喜欢北京。
Which city is your favorite city? Beijing. Beijing is very beautiful. We welcome you to come to Beijing again and to experience more Chinese culture.
谢谢你们，我很高兴，谢谢你们。
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be part of this interview.
我们就大概给大家介绍了一下这个
Due to the time limitation,
活动，希望大家
the introduction of this activity in German school is about to come to an end. However, before that, we have another interview.
我们今天这个直播马上就要结束了，你有什么话对这个中国观众在直播结束的时候有什么？
Our live streaming is about to come to an end. Do you have anything to say to the Chinese people? Don't think Lebanon is a dangerous place. You see that all these students and our Chinese people here are living very well. And second, we should be very proud to see that so many people are learning Chinese culture, and you can see that they do have the interest for it. And thirdly, I'd like to thank Chinese government's support. Each time when we organize this kind of activities, all the materials, including the pictures and also the souvenirs, are from embassy. And today, Attaché Mr. Chen also have brought a lot of books and also videos. The success of our activity is all because of your support. Also, I'd like to thank CGTN and CCTV for doing this live streaming so that people across the world can watch us. Thank you so much. I'd also like to encourage the audience to visit Lebanon more often because this is a very good tourism spot. Also, in our next session, we're about to make spring rolls. However, you won't be able to see it. That's all for today's session. Thanks for watching.